Hey everyone, Ben here and welcome back to Race Room, inspired by Chris Rogers Sim Racing, who had a fantastic race just the other day on his channel on the Race Room ranked servers. I thought I would give it a go myself. It's been many months since I returned to what was once my favourite sim, and we're in the WTCR class at Hockenheim for a 20-minute ranked race. 19 cars on the grid, we're lining up in 7th place as the red lights get ready to go green and we are underway, and you can see that I'm very rusty in this car class because despite getting my launch control right, I messed up the start anyway, and we're under pressure immediately into T1, but we've got a bit of space on the outside, a huge shunt up ahead. It looked like there was a Honda up on 2 wheels, and my SCB racing buddy Pavel Bogdan seems to have come off the worst from that because he's gone all the way to the back of the grid, having started up in the top 3. We negotiate the next set of corners, then we're down in 7th place, but we've got Inzuna just up ahead of me that I'm closing in on the rear wing of, then Powell up ahead of him in the top 5. All then in each other's drafts, coming down into the hairpin for the first time. We shape to the inside. I'm going to try and get late on the brakes, but I've got to be careful on cold tyres here. Hope that he runs it in a little bit deep. We've got the tight inside line, and now it's all going to be about, can I get a better drive away from the hairpin and secure myself back up into 6th position. And it looks like I'm going to have the move done as I've got the inside on the right hand kink, get the car slowed down then into the very tricky left-hander. He's trying to look around the outside, but there's no space on that corner there, so we're able to get through and up into 6th position. Focusing ahead then for the stadium section coming up, and a very difficult high-speed right-hander just got to feather the throttle through to get these TCR cars turned in and carry as much momentum as you can. Down on the brakes again into 2nd gear, and again just trying to tease the car through the corner to try and get the front end turned in, and then on the gas as early as you can without understeering through the corner, and then the very tricky double right-hander to finish the lap. We're going to be closing in on the rear wing of Powell just up ahead, but all in all a very decent opening lap given we fluffed the start and there was plenty of carnage up ahead. We managed to get through that unscathed. Run it out wide through T1, then we get a better run I think, then Powell up ahead. We're going to be closing in as we come towards the right-hander here, heavy on the brakes once more, and there's a yellow flag out. What's happened up ahead? We've got the white flag too. Oh my goodness, the leader has flipped his car. He was well out in front, he qualified well ahead of everybody else, but it looks as if his race is over. We're going to try the move though on Powell. It looks as if he had to get out of the gas more than we did, having arrived on the scene of that accident earlier than I did. So we're now down into the braking zone on the outside. Are we going to be able to make the move? He tries to just run us out as wide as he can, and there's no way past on the outside of the corner that time around, and so we have to settle back in behind Powell and try and think about making a move at a different part of the circuit. It feels like I've got better pace than him, at least at this stage of the race, as tyres and brakes are still coming up to temperature. We're through then the left-hander, no real opportunities to get past here, potentially an opportunity into the stadium section, heavy braking left-hand corner if I'm able to carry more speed through this next corner, but it's very tricky. Oh, you can see Powell just almost sliding through the corner there. I am carrying more speed on exit. I'm going to have a little look, but there's just not enough room. I'm not close enough. You have to pretty well be all the way alongside in order to make a move into that left-hander. So it's going to be follow the leader through this next set of corners, try and prioritise getting... Oh, but look at this. Powell again sliding the rear end through the corner. It means that I'm able to close up just a little bit further, but as I say, no real opportunity to get past there, but it is put me into a very good position coming into the next lap. But then unfortunately something unexpected happens. We get a game freeze. I've no idea if it's an internet connection or if it's my CPU. Either way, we froze and we lose 3 positions when we unfreeze. So that then has put all the pressure back on me to make up those positions once again. As I'm processing that, let's have a little look back at the start then. What paid to Pavel Bogdan's race? Well, it was the Honda on the inside getting up onto 2 wheels and then shoving Bogdan out into the wall in the end. Here's a view from his on board. You can see he's got absolutely nowhere to go and he's off into the tyre barrier. But he wasn't the only one to suffer from a car being up on 2 wheels. This is the race leader, quite just on his own, under no pressure, gets up on the curbs. That's enough to flip the car and end his race. We rejoin then with just about 14 minutes left of the 20-minute race distance, and we have closed up on Pap and Schwartz up ahead in 7th and 6th position. We're now within a second of both of them, so perhaps we have an opportunity to claw back some of these positions we lost thanks to the game freeze. We've gone purple in the first sector too, but there's a yellow flag out as we head into the big braking zone of the hairpin. 2 cars I can see there off on the runoff area, so there's 2 positions back straight away. We're up into 6th position again. We could well be fighting for the podium after all. Let's see what caused those 2 cars to be off the circuit at the hairpin. You can see then they're closing in on one another, coming down the back straight. We're going to see the car in the rear there shape for a move, but then just gets blocked off, and then they make contact, and it's the Honda, who was up on 2 wheels on lap 1, who then careers out of control across the grass into the barrier and very nearly takes out Fabio Gil, the leader of the race. He gets away with that, and that then is us up 2 positions. Up ahead of us now then, as we rejoin, is Schwartz in the Hyundai. We try a move down the inside. We think better of it, as we're just not close enough to make it stick. But we've now got our eyes firmly planted on Schwartz's rear wing. I'm going to try and put pressure on him and make a move over the next couple of laps and get myself up into the top 5. Despite the fact I've not been on RaceRoom for a little while, I'm really enjoying getting back into these TCR cars, and I'm finding that the more laps go by, the more my pace is returning. But having said that, we've just run it out wide, so I've got a slow down penalty now that I'm going to have to spend before I get onto the back straight, because I don't want to be losing time on the quickest part of the circuit. Having said that, we're able to get in earlier to the apex than Schwartz up ahead, so I could get a very good run out of the corner. No more slowdown penalty to spend. I can be pedal to the metal down this back straight. I'm going to try and get past him here, or at least get a bit of a clear line. But he's looking to block me off here, as I'm now going to go back to the racing line, but he's going to try then and squeeze me out there. I'm not overly impressed with the number of moves that he made up ahead of me there, but we're down the inside into the braking zone. Can I get better traction on exit? Unfortunately, I can't, and that's going to be the best opportunity for another lap gone by to get past him. We fast forward to the next lap, and I'm still right within his draft down the back straight. So here goes take 2. Can I make a move on him then as we're coming down? And look at that again. I'm going to try to go for the inside. He drifts to that side of the track. I cut back to the other side. I'm now got a tyre down his inside. So despite the fact I think he was trying to close me off there, he can't, because I'm all the way alongside now into the braking zone. Oh, but look at that. He ran it in deep. I tried to turn in, but then I was met by the side of his car, and I just couldn't do it. So fast forward to the next lap then, we're going to have another go. This is the 3rd lap in a row that I'm trying to get alongside him into the hairpin. Once more, he just refuses to pick a side, and I can't get my nose down his inside. But there's a yellow flag out, so I've got to have half an eye on that, as well as cars are rejoining up ahead into the braking zone. That means I don't have an opportunity to get alongside Schwartz this time around, and we don't make up any other places either, because both cars, as we see a replay of the incident, is Inzuna and Powell coming together. Inzuna missing his braking completely, taking Powell out, but Powell has lost a position out of that, and he will be not too happy about it. We rejoin the live action on the same lap as we're still chasing Schwartz into the stadium section, but finally he's made a mistake. He's ran it out wide. He'll be off into the gravel, and that is me up into 5th position then. With 7 minutes of this race left, we've recovered into the top 5. Can we now squeeze up onto the rear wing of Inzuna? Well, it took a good number of laps. We're going to come across the start-finish line here to start the last lap of the race, but we have managed to reel the Honda driver in, and I've now got one more lap to try and make that count and get up into the top 4. I don't think I'm going to have the time to catch Powell and get a podium position, but a top 4 is on here if I'm able to execute a clean pass on Inzuna up ahead. We're onto the back straight then. This is going to be the best chance that I have. We're tucked well into his draft, right underneath his rear wing. can I put the pressure on, get alongside the Honda driver and make a move? You can see he's shaping to the inside to just keep me out of getting down the inside line there. So I'm going to switch back to the racing line once again. I've got the overspeed to get alongside him, heavy on the brakes, try and brake later, and then hold the car around the outside. He doesn't run me out too wide, but he does have the inside line. It seems though that I've got the better traction out of the corner. We're side by side, coming through the right hand kink. I've got clearance on my inside, so I'm able to take the apex. I'm now going to take a slightly defensive line into the left hander. He's going to try and cut back underneath me. We could be side by side on exit here as well, but I'll have the inside line for the next corner. I've now got to hold my nerve through the stadium section. Very tight and technical part of track. Not obvious where he's going to be able to get down my inside, as long as I'm able to keep momentum through that right-hander, which I've been able to do. So now it's just about not running it in deep, make no mistakes, and we will have 4th position from this race, which is a very good result, not only given that I haven't been on RaceRoom for a number of months, but particularly given we had that screen freeze and we lost 4 positions. I think we lost around 5 seconds of track time to that screen freeze. So we're going to cross the start finish line and we come home in 4th position, just a little bit behind Powell in 3rd. Congratulations to Gil, who took the race win. What an enjoyable race that was. Here's a replay then of the decisive move on the last lap of the race. We are able to run it in just slightly deep around the outside, and then it's all about who can get the better traction out of the corner. Even though Inzuna had the inside line, I was able to hold it around the outside. You can see he's not giving it up. He even cuts the corner there to try and get back past me down the inside, and then I just hold the car through this left-hander. Yes, he's got the inside, but that becomes the outside of the next corner, and then finally the move is done. So there we go, back to RaceRoom. Really enjoyed racing here in the WTCR class. Brilliant to see a full grid once again. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more RaceRoom on the channel. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.